Fellow South Africans, this is Cassel Mathale. He's one of the so-called deputy ministers that you are paying more than 100,000 rand a month. He's one of those that have the benefits of living lavish on your dime. Now surely he should know what he's paid to do, right? Right?
So tell me what it is, Mr. Mathale, that you do every day when you go to work. Just a brief synopsis of what your day looks like, bearing in mind that nothing has been delegated to you.
Well, we have a monthly program that guides what we do on a daily basis. For next month already, I have a draft program. The fact that we are not delegated responsibilities does not mean that we don't have responsibilities that we are dealing with as a ministry. So we do have that, and we deal with that.
That is what you answered one of the previous questions, but I'd like to have a little bit more meat on that, please. Like what?
Well, it depends on what I'm supposed to do on a Friday. It can either be things that have to do with the Civilian Secretariat for police, or IPID, or SIRA, or sometimes various divisions within the police that we are dealing with. Those are the things that one will deal with.
If you were to ask a housekeeper what she does, she'll be able to tell you that she does the laundry. She'd be able to tell you that she washes clothes by hand or using a washing machine. She irons and she folds them. She'll tell you that she does the dishes, she sweeps the floor, she washes the windows. That is a housekeeper. If you were to ask the assistant of a mechanic, he'll tell you that he changes filters and oil on vehicles. He changes tires and disc brakes in a car. He makes sure that the tools are all there and he cleans up after work. That's an assistant to a mechanic. A waitress will tell you that they seat the customers, they take their orders, and they serve their food. Those people earn less than 10% of what this deputy minister earns every month. Those people pay their taxes in order to pay this deputy minister's salary. So surely that deputy minister knows what his job is, right? Surely the ministers and the presidency ensure that these people have responsibilities and they have KPIs that are measurable every day, every month, and every year, right? Wrong.
When you come and account here, you're not accounting as the deputy minister, you're just representing the minister because you don't have a designated. Both deputy ministers don't have that. So essentially we are saying that also the minister, Mchunu, has even failed. It's wasteful expenditure because he's taken over a year just to give responsibilities. And I don't buy that story that he needed an entire year to work out what's happening in the police. That's why we had handover. So he could have even continued on what the previous ministry had done. And as he was moving along, where he saw the gap, he could have changed it. I am so sure, and you'll answer me, Deputy Minister, whether once he assigns a role, it cannot be changed after. Maybe you should answer that.
No.
Because a whole year of spending that much money on deputy ministers that do not have designated powers and responsibilities should be a problem.
Thank you, Chair, through you. It doesn't mean that because there were no signed off designated powers, we were not given responsibilities to do as the deputy ministers. We did.
Fellow South Africans, what on earth are we dealing with here? Why can't this overpaid individual stipulate what he gets paid for? Unfortunately, he is not the only one in this role. He's a deputy minister of police along with Sheila Paulina Bushielo. So basically, we have two deputy ministers within the police ministry, and each of them gets paid more than 2,200,000 rand a year. For what? For what? These are the deeds of Cyril Ramaphosa. As we all know, right now, the hottest topic in this country is the corruption and the inefficiencies within the police service. Now, in the midst of all of that, not only do we have a deputy police minister who cannot tell us what he's getting paid for, but we also have a police minister who is missing in action. Remember, he was appointed to the position of police minister on the 1st of August 2025, just 2 months ago.
I have no doubt that Professor Cachalia is perfectly capable of executing his executive duties.
Absolutely.
What concerns me more is, do we have two deputy ministers? Has he delegated any authority, function, work, anything at all to his two deputies?
No, we have met and we have discussed that matter, I think, a week or two back before he left for the trip with the president to Malaysia, Vietnam.
He's already gone globe-trotting, flies to foreign lands instead of focusing on the problems back home. What kind of a deserter do you have to be to leave your post at such a time? Your subordinates have been accused of horrific corruption. Your deputies do not have KPIs. The ship is sinking, but instead of you patching up the holes of the ship, you take the canoe to go away. The rats on the ship have not been smoked out. The traitors and the mutineers are still on board. Yet to you, that is the right time to leave. Yeah, ne? You have not learned about your role. You have not even mastered your job. Is this not the time to be thinking to yourself, all trips are on hold until we root out the rot in this organization? Wouldn't that make sense? This caliber of deputies and their ministers, Mchunu and Cachalia, is courtesy of the ANC. And you can see why Cyril made sure not to mix them with other appointees from other GNU parties to protect themselves from scrutiny. I wouldn't be surprised if some GNU ministers are possibly being sabotaged by the ANC deputies within the various ministries that they hold.
At the time you said it's been 6 months already. Yes, it sucks to lose your job to somebody else and somebody with lesser qualifications, I suppose. But get over it. But even that suggested that those tensions remain a big part of what goes sour, what goes wrong in trying to have a cohesive ministry functioning.
It's difficult, Siri, and in some respect, I have sympathy for him because, I understand that he's a senior member of the ANC. He used to be the premier of a province. He was unceremoniously removed from that by Duma, but I'm also not going to be held accountable and responsible for the actions of other people, what they determine or what they want to say in public. I'm not his boss. It doesn't work like that in government. A minister is not a deputy minister's boss. I cannot tell him what to do or what to say or what not to say.
Given what you're saying and the short reading of the explanation that you've shared with us, Deputy Minister, is that you do believe that in the way that he's behaved, this is your Minister, Minister Dean McPherson, that it is racist then by definition, based on the criteria that you just used. Do you both speak to each other? I mean, what's the relationship like away from the cameras, if this is what we see in the public domain?
We do interact in some meetings where we discuss issues of the department, and I think if necessary, it is necessary that we discuss this matter and find a way to implement it.
But I just want to say that it's amazing that after a year of your appointment, Honorable Deputy Minister, you still do not have a job description. And you are just not alone. You are two of you as Deputy Ministers. I think that is a cause for great concern, not only to us, but even to South Africans.
There was no one from the better parties to keep an eye on them, so the ANC comrades did as they pleased. No KPIs, no clear responsibilities, no one to make them do anything. It's all speeches and blue lights, travel and a fancy lifestyle, a camera and microphone type of job. Basically, if we replace them with a good housekeeper, waiter, chef, or assistant mechanic, we might actually be able to fix the police ministry without any of these people. These ANC cadres are busy collecting degrees when the country is burning. South Africa, we need leaders who can't sleep, who can't get a master's or a PhD because they are too busy working overtime, literally trying to save this country. Get your PhDs after or before you work in government. As an MEC or a deputy minister, where are you even getting the time to be studying when there is so much work to be done in this country?
You wake up in the morning, you go to the office and do what? DM, did you get my question?
Oh, okay. I thought
You
you.
wake up in the morning, you bath, you wear a very nice suit, arrive there in the department, and do what?
Well, as.
Can you get close to the mic?
Okay. No, thanks, Honorable. You are right. It will appear like we don't have anything to do, but we do, because the department that we are dealing with is vast, and you need to have your pulse on what is happening with the entities that are there. We have to ensure that the ministry is functional, the department is working, coordination is done. The interaction that we were having of the things that needs to be done gets done. That's why you have policing taking place in the country. The fact that we are not delegated specific responsibilities, it doesn't mean that we don't have things to do.
Apparently, he needs to have his pulse on what is happening on the entities. What is that? They have to ensure the ministry is functional, the department is working, coordination is done. Tell me what that is. The interaction that we were having of the things that need to be done gets done. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? He claims that these are the things that they do, which is why there is policing. The fact that he was not given work to do does not mean that he doesn't have work to do, is what he says. He can make up his mind about what to do and where to go. It is all up to him. Anyway, what are your thoughts as you are the people paying this man over 2.2 million rand in salary? Please do let me know in the comments section below. That's it for today. If you'd like to support the work that we do, please buy a t-shirt or join our membership at www.citizenconcerned.co.za. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Cassel. This is Citizen Concerned. And until next time, beware of the comrades.